Okay, let's start.
3, 2, 1, and we're live. Dima, Dmitry, Epifanov, welcome to Click of Stone Sessions, episode 7, starting. Great to have you here.
Nice to meet you, you see. Let's start.
Absolutely. So, let's start by going back month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. It was the first day I had this crazy idea of streaming. So basically, I was running in Ternalahti in Helsinki. I had an idea. Let's try to do some content for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stream a little bit. Let's do interviews. Let's do teaching. And in that first day, I contacted few people. I contacted Aivo, Kari Haikonen, my good friend here in Helsinki. I contacted Topkin, Samuli, and yourself. And everybody was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna help out.
Definitely.
We're gonna make some content." And we had a long conversation that day. I remember it was at
Yeah.
least like 45 minutes or perhaps an hour. We had a call, and you were so kind. You were like like I have to like thank much of like actually doing it. I have to contribute to that energy you had initially, and just reaffirming that it's actually a good idea, and just to try and see what kind of angles there might be. And it gave that initial phone call with you gave some great tips and ideas on what kind of thing we could start perhaps. And you said initially that for sure if you're doing anything related to like streaming and teaching Renju or Gomoku, that you would like to participate and help out. And
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to booking. I know you've been super busy with your work and your life for for the week, so it was tough to get you booked. But the seventh episode, that's not too far back, and I'm really looking forward to the session and the discussion today. So great to have you here. And I think generally speaking, so far these podcasts they've been starting as a player introduction. I have to tell to the audience that for Dima Epifanov, there is so much more than the top level player. But he's also a Renju and Gomoku teacher. He's a role model. He's an author, book author for the games. Overall, he's a great ambassador for the games. So there is a lot more. But if you don't mind, I would like to hear from with your words on how you started Renju. What were the early years, Renju and
I see.
Gomoku, and maybe taking back to some of the legendary early years.
Okay. I can tell you the story. When I was, I don't remember, maybe 16, I was in school and I was playing tic-tac-toe with my schoolmates. Eventually, it came out that I'm overplaying them mostly. I
Yeah.
had a friend, and he was playing better than all others in a Russian game, maybe how to call it in English, dots, something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit similar to Go, and tic-tac-toe is a bit similar to Renju. Then I grew up. I came to the Moscow State University, and I was already fond of the game 5 in a row, and I was playing during the lectures. I was challenging other people to play. I was trying to. I found the person who thought that he is the best on the faculty in the physics department, and I challenged him, and I won the game. So, but I don't think I played really well because it was like I calculated well, but I didn't have a. I didn't understand the shapes, what is good shape, bad shape. So it wasn't very good, very high level.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then eventually it was like I think Oh, I was 20 years old, maybe. I went to St. Petersburg, and I participated in there was a how to say it, forgot the word in English, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Day of physicist on the St. Petersburg physical department of St. Petersburg State University, and there I met Sushkov. Maybe you know him.
Yes, I have
Yes,
heard.
I was just challenging everybody to play tic-tac-toe 5 in a row for some bet. I don't remember exactly, but bets, it doesn't matter. And Sushkov accepted my challenge. We played for 10 wins, and I resigned the match when the score was like 5-2, and we both were shocked. I was shocked. It was the first time for me when I met a player who is greatly stronger than me. I can't say really stronger.
Yeah.
No doubt. And he was shocked that some no name from nowhere, he came there. Sushkov was vice champion of Russian vice champion for that moment. He was second in the country, and he won. Somebody from nowhere won 2 games against him. So both of us were shocked, but at that moment I realized that the game isn't depleted for me, that I can go deeper. I can go much deeper. That was a very important thing for me to grow as a player.
How old were you at that moment?
I think I was 20 years old, or maybe 19, something like that. It was 1999.
1999, all right.
Yes. 12th of April. Yeah. 11th of April. Yeah. I remember the date, and then I returned to Moscow, and eventually in a couple of years, I found the Moscow Renju Club. I went there, and my first tournament was Moscow Open of 2001. Yeah, 2001.
Right.
I finished it like, I don't know, somewhere in the bottom part of the table, but it gave me an impression. Yes, I played a lot of games. It was tough. It was interesting. I lost a lot, of course, but I managed to get some, I don't remember, first queue or something like that. And then I started to play, and it was like 20 years for now of playing Renju.
20 years. In those days, you played mostly online or with the board?
Hard to say. When I started to play, I was like, I have my first child is born at 2004, second 2008. So I didn't have a lot of time to play by the real board.
Yep.
But it wasn't a lot of opportunities to play online. It was like only Gambler, actually. I played a lot on Gambler for a while. I remember my first win against Timela for until now. And we discussed it with Tunet, and maybe he remembers it too. I don't remember now, but doesn't matter. So I played a lot online. Then I started to play.
What was your nickname on Gambler?
Owen. I'm Owen everywhere.
Yeah.
Owen, yeah. So, and then I tried to play in real life more than online, because real tournaments are completely different,
They are.
Yes, definitely. But frankly, I think that I was more serious, more dedicated for online gaming than others, anyway. So I managed to be on top in the Gambler, being not actually the best in game, because I was trying. I was analyzing some games, even online. I was preparing some traps and so on before the games, and so I tried hard to win every single game. A lot of players, they don't consider online gaming as a serious thing. So I was playing seriously even online for the whole my life.
Yes.
Uh,
That's
and
interesting note
mhm.
as well. I think Estonians they and Central Europeans they do approach the game online game part more seriously as well. But I think maybe in Russia it was more appreciated that the live tournaments that's the real place to play.
Yeah, definitely. Most of Russian players don't like online playing, and uh, frankly, I don't like it for this moment as well. I was playing during the quarantine because I wanted to play,
Yeah.
and now the Kawamura's Cup is going now, and I prefer to comment it instead of playing. Maybe I could win it. The main obstacle is of course Nakayama, but at least I can be second there. Uh,
You're selling yourself
well,
short.
it's
You can take Nakayama there.
Nakayama is very good. Well, I
Yes.
can overplay him if I'm lucky. I did it a couple of times, but I'm sure he's better than me overall. He
Yeah.
has deeper
He's
knowledge for this moment. He has a interesting style which doesn't fit me well. So he's very good.
he's Japanese Meijing
Uh,
as well, I
mm,
believe, if I'm not mistaken.
not Nakamura now.
Not now,
I'm not
but
sure.
once you become amazing, you are
Uh,
amazing for.
yes, yes.
So I guess at least I've understood it's like president. You're president once, then you're president always.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
Just
but
rambling, but it's I think if I look at myself as a player as well, I don't really like that much playing online. At least if there is no like
well,
incentive. But I think it's so much nicer to play face to face.
yes, it's definitely. I agree. It's different experience. Yeah.
Yes.
So there will be in the end of the May. It will be Russian Championship, and I will definitely play there. I can think about will I play Kawamura Cup or will I comment it or will I be as a coach for children or what should I do? But I have no doubts that I will come to Russian High League. I will play and I will do my very best. Uh, what can I do there? I will try to win it if I can.
Nice.
So yeah, real tournaments are definitely better.
So
But
about
I played. There's another thing you talked to Ivo about this. One more thing is offline gaming
yeah
analyzing.
yeah
Uh, it, it it is for me. It's more interesting than just playing online. Just blitz or rapid games
mm,
online. They're not so challenging. The challenging thing is to analyze the position better than your opponent, and it's very time consuming. It takes a whole bunch of time, but it pays off. It's a very interesting thing.
yeah. I
Have
would
you
I
ever
would
played
def
online?
oh, you mean offline?
Offline, yeah.
I haven't played in Renju offline. I think early years I had an account, but I haven't been playing Renju as an offline player. I started out playing Gomoku 2002 and I played offline Gomoku in itsyourturn.com. At the same time
Hmm.
I was playing at PlaySite and I was playing at Gambler 2003 onwards. But I played on
Okay,
itsyourturn.com. That's the only real offline experience I have. We had the conversation
I see.
also with Samuli on his podcast about offline, and I would be really interested to hear and learn about offline gaming from you. I know that you've been an organizer and a player on Renju Offline, and you've been an organizer for the correspondent championships. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, for maybe 10 years or so. Yeah.
So that alone could be hour and a half of conversation. So we dabbled into so many, like the last 5 minutes when you were going through the thoughts and brainstorming. You were dabbling into conversations and topics that we could go, and I would love to go deep
Uh,
into, Russian tournaments, the history of those tournaments, the players, the stories behind them, champions, your greatest tournaments, achievements, and that's, I think, a good segue to, let me just point out for viewers that you're 8 Dan in a game where
yes.
9 Dan is absolute maximum. So 8 Dan level, and besides Japan, how many 9 Dan players do we have besides the
Uh,
honorary?
you see, actually, the dance system is a national thing. Every country
Yes.
has its own dance system.
Yeah.
In Russia, we have only one ninth dan. It's Volosushkov.
Yeah.
We have like I think 2 8 dans now, or maybe only one. I
Can
don't
you
know.
go down with Russian system? Once you're 8 Dan, can you lose the 8 Dan, or are you okay?
Yes. I can. In Japan, you can't. If you are ninth dan or eighth dan or fifth dan, you can't go lower.
Yeah.
In Russia, it's quite easy. If I have to score like I don't remember, like less than 10 points in Russian championship, and or maybe less than 9, and I will lose my eighth dan. It's a really easy thing. If I will miss top 6, I think I will lose the eighth dan.
Wow.
And yeah, I can't improve in Russian championship, but I can lose eighth dan easily. But
Ouch.
that's not an issue actually. I take it very, if you will play as a ninth dan or eighth dan or sixth dan, you will have it. If you deserve it, you will have it. If you for a given moment you will not deserve it, you will lose it. That's how things works. So
Yeah. In
I'm
Estonia.
not worried about being seventh dan or sixth
Yeah,
dan.
yeah, no,
I
no,
don't
it
care.
doesn't matter that much anyways. But I think
Yes.
Estonia used to have the similar that you could lose it, but now they changed it a few years back, as I understood. That now once you achieve it, you can't lose it.
There was a big discussion a couple of years ago during the General Assembly. Mr. Akabe, Hiroshi Akabe, proposed a unified system for all countries, for RIF actually. This done system, it was very well thought, and I got into details. He made a great analysis. He categorized a lot of players by this system. He made a huge work about that, and it's a pity that we forgot about it. So maybe it's time to discuss it once more. We will have a online General Assembly in August, I believe. Maybe it's time to return to this proposal. It was interesting. And ironically, I was eighth done by this system as well, as far as I remember.
Nice.
Yes.
So
It was in. I don't remember. It was enough either to be European champion or to get into top 7 in World Championship. So to be eighth done. So I managed to do it. So
that is
in
super.
RF, I could be.
That is super strong. About your achievements, what would you list? I have on the stream now, RIF, the Renju net, your profile on. It only says 7 done. We'll get that sorted out for you, or maybe you can amend it as well. But there you have a nice little intro. I don't know how dated that is. How would you mention, how would you approach when somebody asks what are your biggest accomplishments as a player, not organizer, not as an ambassador, not as a teacher, but or an
I don't
author,
know.
but player.
I think that seventh place in a tournament in 2013, maybe, and of course, the gold medal in correspondence. These two achievements are maybe the highest, I think.
Nice. Did you get to play the Youth World Championships or European Championships?
No. Youth, never. I could do it, but I was terribly busy. So, and my the same age as me, Sushkov, Chingin, says Klimashin is just a bit younger, so I had no chances there. Definitely, Akabe. What could I? How could I perform there? No way. Maybe among girls of of 10 years old and younger, I could stand.
Yeah. And you're also a Russian champion, first place.
Yeah, two times.
Yes,
two times.
Wow.
Yes, twice.
So I would definitely rank that high on your accomplishments. Like a national champion, it's nice. Individual 7th place on World Championships. That's not bad either. So.
Maybe not so good, but
no,
yes,
but
it's
that is a tough
7th place.
That is a tough tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
So we covered when you started playing. When would you say you started getting good, like good in as in?
Yes.
How long did it take for you?
I think that there was a moment when I don't know what happened, but I just and I started to play better. It was like 2010. We had a Moscow State University Renju club for 2 or 3 years for that moment, and we tried to visit the tournament. 4 of us, like Stepan Tarasevich, Nastya Lishukova, Sergei Makarov, and me. We visited Nizhny Novgorod Open. I played quite well there, and we decided to try to play Russian High League. Funny fact is that I'm playing in Russian High League for like 10 years without gaps. Every year I play there because usually I'm in top 6, but I never qualified there. I bought the sponsors place, for money to get to the High League for the first time. My best result in qualification to the High League is 10th place, and top 9 goes to High League. And so my worst result in the finals is better than my best result in qualification in Russia. I'm like 10th out of 40 or 50. And my worst result in Russian High League is I was 7th once.
So
funny fact.
Let the viewers know, if somebody there watching this who is not familiar with the terminology and this cup system. So you have the championships, the main tournament, the highest tournament is called
High League.
High League, and then the first league is the qualification.
Yes, it's the first league is open for everybody.
Yeah.
Usually it's the most interesting event of the year. A lot of players from different places, from different cities, comes there. It has a best geography and so on. Like 40, 50 for this moment players, and then the High League is a round robin. 16 players, and it's the longest Renju tournament I know. It's 15 rounds.
Yeah.
And it's very exhaustive, very exhaustive.
Is it only for Russians, or is there also sometimes foreign players?
Yes, foreign players play there. At least Ans did, as far as I remember. Stefan Carlson, Nikolai Mikhailov, he's from Uzbekistan. He was from Uzbekistan, not from Russia. Yeah. So some players took place for this very moment. As far as I know, we are official sport, and it isn't open anymore, so no foreign players may play in a high league. But without how to say this, my English is so bad.
No, it's perfect.
But
Don't
but
worry.
but foreigners may play in the qualification, but they can't win the place in high league. That's
Right.
how it works. But honestly, I don't. I think that it's like maybe 10 years or more since the last foreign player played in first league. Some Ukrainians played, some Estonians played time to time.
Yeah. If I'm not
It happened.
mistaken,
Maybe you.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't think I did. I've been to Russia a couple of times with Renju. I've been to St. Petersburg. I've been to Tyumen 2007. So and Moscow just briefly, but I didn't play in Moscow. I think my good buddy Estonian Andri Purk, I think he may have done pretty well on the Open tournament. I believe he might have actually even
Perhaps.
won that. That's my recollection. I might be wrong, but I
I
think
don't remember frankly, but actually he's a brilliant player, so he
yes.
could do it.
Yes. One of the key reasons why I'm doing this is try to find out ways to get some of the brilliant players, brilliant minds, such as well, perhaps Andri, to come back and to prevent myself to just losing touch with the community and with the game.
Okay.
So different ways to like find out when he, like, I'm not claiming that I ever was that level. You know, Andri was a brilliant player, and I think he could still compete. But I think like if he has been out of the touch of playing and seriously playing, and then what we talked at least a few years back, he wasn't that keen on going back and playing, you know, lesser level. So I just think that it's a shame if you lose touch on the game just because you don't feel like competing. I'm not looking at you, Andre. Now. Sorry for putting you at the tough spot, but like that's the reason I want to show the world that there is, you know, continuation even after you're competing.
You know, it is very hard to return when you were on the top.
Yeah.
And after a delay, you will definitely will be lower.
Yeah.
And it's very hard psychologically to return because you were on the top. You know how to win, and you are losing to average players you could never lose several years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember Sinyov was trying to return, but he was greatly demotivated by a tournament, and then now he's in Portugal. I hope that eventually he will maybe return to Renju, but it's so hard to return when you were on the very top and now you are just an average player. It hurts.
Maybe we can do a special tournament for retired players. Not to encourage anybody to retire, but you know, just some because I think it's, again, I'm repeating myself. I haven't been to the top, so I don't know how it feels then. But I would imagine that, you know, taking time off the game. I didn't play competitive since 2008, basically. So I have been idle from competing. I
I see.
participate some tournaments here and there, but you know, if my work ethics and motivation on preparing for tournaments, or basically not playing at all and not analyzing more than half an hour to every tournament, then you know, it's a fun player. I'm a fun player now, and I'm fine with that. You know, if I win
Yes,
some, if I lose some, it's fine. But
yeah.
um,
Yeah, I understand. Yes, but for me, it's I'm not sure that I will be able to. I hope so, but yet, even if I come somewhere to play fun games, to make a fun tournament, I'm taking it too serious. Actually, I'm too ambitious. I don't know,
yeah.
but anyway, I will try to do my best. But maybe it's not a problem for me to lose. If I will perform not in the way I would like to, it will not hurt me very much. So I hope that eventually I will become fun player and it will be okay for me. Hope so.
Yeah, there are many other ways to contribute and be part of the ecosystem, so to speak, for Renju and Gomoku. Organizing, creating content, for example. You mentioned the
Yeah.
streaming and uh, like analyzing the games, and maybe even publishing in the later years. And as we see, Japan, they have very many respectable players in their elderly years, and I would really like to see that also in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years with us, for example, just playing and competing for fun and still keep up a good level.
Yeah, I remember there was a Team World Championship in Japan, and the first Japanese team was a superstar team. It consists of Nakamura, Kawamura, Hasegawa, Yamaguchi, something like that. It's a whole star team,
Yeah.
and they had and also Isobe Taizan played there. Mr. Isobe Taizan. He was like, I don't know, 70 years or maybe elder. I don't remember. We can check maybe in Wikipedia. I don't know, but he was really in the age. I can't imagine that Russian player will be compatible in this age. But he played 2 games and he won both.
Oh,
Yes, he played
that's
against Martin
amazing.
Hibimagi, by the way, and he won. And against Alena Yakovleva maybe or something like that. It's not easy to win against Alena. She's how to say it, like Red Fox. She's what's the word? Coward has a bad connotation. She can invent something.
Yeah.
So so it's not easy to overplay her. And he won 2 games. He played 2 games and he won 2 games. It was I was impressed.
It's nice. That's nice. So
Yeah.
who do we have, European or Russian players who are maybe retired already and still active?
For 70 years old.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Actually, most of players I know, they are like the eldest are maybe 60 years or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I
Because
think as well.
in Renju emerged in USSR in 80s, and those who was like 20 years old, energetic young people. So they were strongly playing, and some of them keep it until now, and it's like they were maybe born in 60s, so now they are like 60 years old. That's how it works. I know nobody who is like 70 years. No.
Yes.
In Russia. That's it.
Nice. So let's go back. I don't know if you want to, how much more you want to tell on the early years or your progression in terms of with whom did you play, name dropping strongly advisable or encouraged in this podcast, and where did you play then, and how often, a little bit about your approach to the game. Anything you want to talk?
Okay. Just history-wise, I think that I told you about this. It was year 2010, yes,
Yeah.
2010, when we went to Nizhny Novgorod, and then I decided to try in high league, and then I finished 6th, and my main sparring partner was Stepa Tarasevich, and I think that passively he made a lot to improve me, and I think I made a lot to improve him as well. It's a pity he's not playing actively now, but we chat time to time, so maybe he will return. He's interested in it. He wants to see how our Moscow young players are performing now. So maybe he will try them eventually. I hope so. And then I didn't have a sparring partner after maybe 2012. I just analyzed a lot, and I played in high leagues, in in world championships, in team world championships, and that's it. That's my main way to develop myself.
So you have a clear goal in 1 year or 6 months, and then you work towards that goal, prepare for tournaments.
Yes, frankly, I was preparing like maybe for a world championship when I was in 2013. I won the Russian championship, so I had the place in a tournament without qualification. So I prepared for it a lot. Yeah, and for now, frankly, I'm not preparing a lot. I don't have a lot of time to spend it for analyzing, for learning, maybe sometimes, and so on. Maybe teaching helps because I teach children for a lot of years, and it gives some, like, I don't know, another view on the game.
Can you tell more about the teaching part as well? I'm really intrigued on what is your approach on teaching newcomers, and
I think that the main goal is to teach them how to think.
yeah.
The main problem of players that they are not, how to say it, uh, not accurate, not consecutive, not constant. How, um, it's hard to say the exact word even in Russian. So there are a lot of things you have to you may think about in Renju, and
Mm,
if you ignore some of them, you will just be weaker. And if you will think about all of them, your head will blow up. So
yeah,
it's always about
the balance.
some balance, yes, and uh, you your self-organization, your reflection, yes, it's the way how you can get this balance. And I'm teaching them to learn from each game what did they to improve themselves
How to approach the
by learning,
situation.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only situation, but to approach everything, actually, yes. to,
Wow.
to be thankful, thankful, that's the word, maybe.
Yeah, I can identify some areas on my game as well where I need improvement, and like my approach now is try to read it out loud. So acknowledge, follow better players, how they play, what kind of moves, how they approach typical patterns, and then mimicking is good, but maybe understanding of like why and how to improve your way, your game uh, into certain directions. And I feel like I would like to take some of your classes to, to like understand like how do you see and how to teach. And I think this is also linking very closely to content creation and making Renju popular, because if you have these videos and long form podcasting, then it's very easy to have the similar format for teaching, and you can create quite easily, in my opinion, interesting stuff, not just talking about stories and player introductions, but also show moves on the board and show those things that you've been teaching. And why am I saying this and why am I tackling this discussion now is when you're teaching person, that is you're influencing one person at a time. But if you
Hmm.
create that following and you have started that. If you do that for 5 years or 10 years, and you have people, the audience will find you. And if you teach online, then you're not only affecting and influencing one person, but you can influence 100 or 1,000
Yeah.
or even
Okay.
10,000 people at the same time every week. And like understanding how good teachers operate, like yourself or Tunnet, who is a teacher in China, or Ants teaches in Estonia, and trying to figure out what kind of ways you guys approach teaching and
It's a extremely hard question. I think I just can't formulate. I don't know what's my approach. What's the difference between me and Dance, or between me and Dmitry? I don't know.
yeah,
It's just a honest answer. I don't know. The only thing I can do is I can analyze something with students, or show them some tasks, or show them some examples, and tell some words. That's the only thing I can do. Ask them some questions and stuff. I don't know. I can't say what makes a teacher, what makes him a good teacher. Don't know.
right.
It's a very hard question for me.
I think you
I would
can.
like to. I
Yeah,
would like to be better, to improve myself as a teacher, but I don't know how. And actually, in when you are playing, it's easy to understand what you are doing correctly and what you are doing wrong,
right.
because you have your results. Yes, if they drop down, you are doing something wrong and something like that.
Yeah.
But when you're teaching somebody, the effect is postponed. That's the first thing, and the effect may be different on different players, on different generations of players and such. So it's insanely hard to figure out the best practices or something like that.
I think it's
That's a
also
problem for me.
repetition and like mirroring the reaction from what you're saying. So of the Gomoku and Renju on your private life, you're a teacher, right?
Yes, I'm a teacher, yeah.
You're a teacher. If you don't feel comfortable on talking the personal life on this level, we can
No,
cut
no,
them.
no, it's okay.
But you're a teacher, and in your teachings in physics or other subjects, you go the same things, and you're improving all the time, and you try to make it.
But
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
You
Continue.
try to make it so that the listener, the learner, is engaged, right? So they
Yeah, definitely.
and
Sure.
you establish what is the level of their understanding of physics, and then you broaden it up, you build on top of it. So in
Uh,
science it's easy, because mathematics and physics, they all, they link to the previous knowledge, what the
okay. So
what
so
the
so.
student has.
Uh, Let me. Sorry, I'm disturbing you, but maybe you are wrong about my personal life. Actually, I spent most of my life being an IT specialist,
Yeah.
team leader and such. I like spent like 9 years or so in a banking
Yeah.
IT as a team leader of some developers, and then I worked for Yandex uh, several years. So most of my jobs were just IT sphere.
Yeah.
Now I'm a teacher, but
Okay.
I'm not that experienced teacher. Actually, that's not like I spent 25 years of my life teaching people. No,
Right.
just I'm just a teacher for maybe 2 or 3 years, not a lot.
I see. I see. Well, I think it's a good way to complement the Renju and Gomoku teaching as well. And I'm interested about teaching and pedagogy in general.
Yes.
I'm studying it a little bit on the side here in Helsinki.
Okay.
So I think it's interesting, and I think using these these modern platforms to teach not only a handful of people, but teach also, teach the world for Renju and Gomoku. I don't know if that's too ambitious of a task, but I think, the discussions I've had so far with many people within the communities, they say that that kind of service is needed and that kind of service is wanted, and people want that kind of content and they're hungry for it. And
Yeah,
I couldn't teach because I could teach the beginners if my level is 1 dan, 2 dan, in a good day maybe 3 dan.
but
I couldn't teach the same level that I am at, or anybody above me, I don't think.
I think that you are wrong. Actually, I'll try to explain.
Yeah,
Uh, let's check the uh, Olympic winner. Yeah, winner of Olympics, like in, I don't know, in shooting or in ice hockey or in everything.
yeah,
Yes, in curling. Yes, he has a trainer,
yeah.
and I'm that sure that this trainer is worse in these sports
Yes.
than the
Okay.
winner of an Olympic medal. Yeah,
I
but
buy that.
still he can give a lot to his trainee.
Ah,
Yeah, so
okay.
that don't be afraid if you're uh, second dance, third dance. Actually, it doesn't limit your students. The
Hmm.
only thing that limits them is uh, their effort, the amount of effort they can put into it. For I don't know, Irina Mitrivelli, she trained Denis Fedotov, who is a European champion, who performed. He was eighth in the last A tournament. Irina never played in A tournament,
Yes.
only in women's world championship.
Yeah.
She never won European championship.
Mm.
Yeah, but she can train players of that level.
Hmm. I
That's
haven't thought
uh,
of it that way. So maybe
yeah, definitely yes.
food for thought.
For me, it's a problem because uh, yet I think that I have students who play better than me, but yet I'm the most, how to say it, most awarded.
Yeah.
uh, I'm just waiting. I'm hoping for it that eventually some of my players, some of my students will overplay me, uh, overrun me in, I don't know, in Russian championships and so on. That's my dream. I don't know.
It
to to
sounds it
to
sounds
see
really
it.
good. It sounds really good, and I think anybody who is teaching or coaching, they want to see their pupils outperform them at some point.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's a problem. It's very now for me. It's very comfortable to play. I don't know, in like European Championship, to play with my student, because I will be happy for every result. If I win, okay, I won. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy. And if I lose, yes, I lost to my student. He's good enough to overplay me. That's really good. So it's very comfortable to play them. No, how to say it? No sorrow.
Yeah. No worries. It's all good.
Yes, no worries. Yes, no
Yes.
worries. If
Yes.
I win, there are no worries as well, because I think, okay, he's not good enough. He will be, but not yet. And
Right.
if I lose, yes, he's good enough already. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, about teaching and Renju teaching, I can't really tackle that topic without mentioning online Renju class and giving shout out to Ando and all the community that was there. It's a shame we don't have it now. I hope that we can reincarnate either online Renju class or something similar for future generations. I'm not just looking at myself, but like if there was some such service now, I would consume it. I would be part of it. I don't know if I have enough to launch it or be part of it as a contributor, but like I feel like that was one of the most important things online Renju class. Why
Mm,
I am a Renju
I
player.
missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like
I didn't I wasn't in touch with ORC. I knew that there is something like that, but I never saw it. I never visited it. I never played in ORC tournaments and such.
yeah, the tournaments wasn't that big thing, or the game center that became later, but 2003 when I joined, I went to US as an exchange student 2003, the
Hmm.
springtime, and every time after classes I would run to my dorm room and check if there was vacancy in ORC. Vacancy,
I
like
see.
if I could join, like enroll as a student. And one day there was one there was only, I think it was capped 100 students. So one day somebody
Uh-huh.
left and I was in,
And
and I was so happy. And
happy.
then
Yeah.
studying, every week studying. There was, like, I think it was Monday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think, or something like that. Two times a week, one theory lesson per week and one tactics lesson. You would get homework and you could analyze with Renlib, and it was fantastic. So I really would like to see something like that in Renju and in Gomoku in the future. And I think
Hopefully, eventually something will emerge.
yes. And
It's maybe.
I
Mhm.
think the internet, like, it's grown those years. It's almost 20 years from that time. So all the platforms we have now, all the technology supporting amazing stuff. So
Mhm.
and I think even language skills, it's so easy. And this is not, we for the podcast, the most common thing when I'm talking about prospective uh, guests, they say, but my English is not that good. And it doesn't
Ah,
matter. It doesn't matter. This is not something we need perfect English. This is a conversation. This is idea exchange. And I think, for teaching as well, we can have video teachers, expressing their
well,
views, and it doesn't have to be perfect English.
but well, I have a YouTube channel already. We started about in the same time.
Yeah.
There are two sorts of content. There are some physical problems, interesting problems from physics, and some Renju teaching mostly. And the problem is that I'm recording all these videos in Russian, and if
Yep.
you will try to turn on the subtitles, you will see that automated translation into English is really awful,
Mm.
because Google doesn't know how to translate. He can't translate anything to VCF, VCT. I don't know to, there are a lot of words which means something in Renju,
Yeah,
and their
that's true.
common meaning is different
Yeah.
from Renju meaning. Like, I don't know, the cut. Yes, the
Yeah.
cut. In Russian, it's podkol, and it's completely different word. Uh, so YouTube is translating my videos really poorly. So I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I have to write subtitles myself. I don't know. But it's
Please
the
do,
language
or
still is a problem.
please do,
Hmm?
write your subtitles. Please do, or even better yet, please start creating content in English.
Uh,
Like,
okay, maybe.
seriously, please do that.
Well,
And
the easy thing is to let's do it together tomorrow. Let's
yeah,
comment Kawamura's Cup. Okay.
absolutely. I don't know what's my value as a commander there is, but
Oh,
I can absolutely, I'm willing to try it out and different kinds of ways to create comment. I don't know the highest level of commentary from my part, but
Oh,
at least it might be,
not an,
hopefully, at least a little bit entertaining.
there will be a conversation. Conversation is always better than when you have to
Monologue.
speak something. When the 30 minutes per game and
Yeah.
somebody is thinking deeply for, I don't know, 15
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
I can spell out something like, oh, it's an interesting moment. Yes, this player has to find a plan, or this player is analyzing, he's searching for win, or he's thinking what to do next.
That's
The
true.
possibilities are here. This is this, and he has this flank, how to connect them, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of my out of thoughts. Of course, I
Yeah.
can analyze like in the same way, just thinking, but
Yeah.
then I will be silent, and it's a problem. I can't be silent.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just encountered it then when it's obvious that player is searching for forced win, and I don't know, is there this win or not? I can't calculate. I can't, because I have to focus on it.
Yeah.
Maybe for a moment, but I have to focus it seriously, very seriously. And I'm silent at that moment. I can't. La, la, la.
Yeah.
But commenter has to.
Then I can help out a little bit there, and yeah.
Yeah, you can help by making a dialogue.
Right.
Yes, because I don't have to. I can say these things. What to say next? Yeah, it will be just a dialogue. It may be interesting just by itself.
Yeah, I agree, and I totally.
Okay, we'll try tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll try it tomorrow. It's that's an interesting way. It's the first thing for me to be commenting live online play as well, but we'll see where that is. I have commented quite a bit now, besides these sessions, these podcast player introductions and interviews. In a sense, I have done some random streaming of my own games, and I do understand that you really have to be talking, otherwise the viewers, they just go away if you're staring at a board for 5 minutes. But if you really want to concentrate on the game, you have to be silent. So it's just that it's a balance. It's a balance of trying to create interesting content. Also be yourself, because if you're doing it for hours, you can't try to represent anything. You can't play, because it's very tough to concentrate and try to present somebody you're not. So I have. Though, by the way, for YouTubers, YouTube viewers and audience there, those sessions are not recorded live, so they're not recorded. They're just on Twitch, twitch.tv/clickofstones. Shameless plug here. So go there and follow Click of Stones, and you'll get notification when I go and ramble, just crazy talk, some stories, and try to focus at the same time. It's super fun, and I'm not saying that my level of play is good, but I have had so many like similar level opponents. So I'm regularly playing Kuno Kolk, who is better than me, but not much. He's somewhere 3-4 down, I think. Hopefully I'm not too wrong. Kari Haikonen, my good friend here in Helsinki. Kari, we're like same. Like some years he's a little bit better, some years I'm a little bit better, but we are the same. And a few other players, we play, every week, sometimes 2-3 days and in a week, and we can play, 3-4 hours straight. So I can do a very long like just monologue basically, and people are on Twitch and they're just chatting, if they're chatting, and hopefully they're being entertained. So that's one way to create content. I feel comfortable. So if I'm comfortable doing that, I shouldn't be uncomfortable on like talking nonsense above somebody else's play.
It's okay to talk. No nonsense. It's not a problem completely. Yeah. So we'll try. Okay. So I think you have a plan. So let's go for a plan, or we will talk about anything, and we will not ask your questions. No.
We have a lot of topics.
Yeah.
It's one hour done. I have to say, now is a good time to say it. If you need break at any point, like I have a feeling, if you're up for it, we can do a really long episode today, really long
No, no, no.
conversation.
It's
So
I will tell it. Yeah,
we can
yeah,
keep breaks, 5-minute breaks any time. I switched the background on my Chrome for your channel as well. So I did a little bit of uh, a uh, how do you say, I promote it. I plugged
Oh,
in
okay.
my Twitch stream. So uh, go please go everybody, whether or not you speak Russian, go to Dima's YouTube channel, click the subscribe and click the bell as well for
Yeah.
the fun of it, and go to random videos and click the like button. He will love it. So do that for Dima, and you'll see
Yeah.
him happy already, smiling there. So
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, if
It's so fun to have a look at yourself. I'm happy for every new subscriber. I think,
yeah,
yeah, it works. He
that
liked
is,
it. Yes,
yeah,
yes, it's.
it's,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm doing something good. Yeah.
yeah, it's, that's dopamine rush, you'll get.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a positive feedback loop as well. I acknowledge I'm getting a bit of rush. I only started this 4 weeks, a month ago, and I only have a handful of subscribers on the YouTube.
I started at the same time as you.
Yeah, and
but
you, but
but
it,
I had a better start because I can
yeah,
tell you.
yeah,
You see, there is a strategic plan. There is some physics, and you may see that it has more views because it's closer to people. But these videos, they they demand a lot of thinking to
yeah,
understand, to be understood. So only thinkful viewers are subscribing me, and then I offer them some Renju. I have half of my videos are Renju related, and half of them are physics related. So I'm just showing an interesting game to those who like to think. You know,
yes,
that's a plan. And I have a friend, a big YouTuber with I don't know, maybe 100,000 or maybe 1,500,000
yeah,
subscribers, and we do a lot of collaborations. And on the 1st of April, uh, I cheated him. I was in his studio. I was filming my videos, and then with his cameraman and so we decided it's a fool's day, 1st of April.
yeah,
So making him a fool, and I wrote. We made a video. Uh, like me as a main author and of the channel now from from this very moment, some funny stuff, and so it was very very funny. Yeah.
nice, nice,
So
and
maybe that part of this audience of these hundreds of thousands, maybe part of them are now in on my channel. That's
and
why my growth is a bit faster than yours.
I think it's those ways to complement, how the ecosystem on YouTube, for example, work, is that you have guests on other podcasts and talk shows, and then um, you lift each other's up and talk about different ideas. One thing that I mentioned to you on a previous conversation is that I'm not too worried about the numbers now. Of course, I acknowledge it brings me happiness if somebody subscribes. Click the like button now, here, there, and subscribes to the channel, and it gives reassurance that you're doing something right when that happens. But I think my focus should not be there to the instant gratification and instant, because those numbers now, it doesn't matter in 2 years or 5 years or 20 years. Those
Yes.
numbers that you have now, they're insignificant. But what matters, two things I think that matter. One thing is that you're yourself and you
Mm-hmm.
learn what kind of content you want to be doing for a long time. Because
Yeah, yeah,
if you're doing
that's correct.
content that you don't like, then you give up. You give
Yeah,
up in
yeah,
6 months, you
definitely.
give up in 3 years. So finding content that I like and I'm enjoying and I want to be doing, I could see myself doing for years. This is one thing, podcast, having a conversation with my friends. I like it. I enjoy it. And
Yeah,
even some people having a like an interview or podcast conversation to be with people that I don't know that well because I'm curious. I really want to learn how they got there, how they got to be good players.
hmm,
If every one of my guests can teach me one thing in a week, then in 1 year I've got 50 new things and I'm a better
yeah,
person for it. So that's one thing. And the second thing is constant improvement. So streaming is you start somewhere and everybody who has made it, they have done years and years and years of content creation and they haven't been stagnant. So they continuously improve whatever they are doing, whether it's the studio setup or the audio or the video or your skills of editing, they constantly like make it better. And
yeah,
if you focus on finding the things you want to stream and then constantly create it better. I made so many mistakes on the episode 2 and 3. Don't go and look at those videos because I messed up. And I do owe apologies for my good friends Samuli and Topkin for messing up their interviews. And I will hope they give me a chance to redo their episodes later on. But technical issues, you have this OBS Studio, for example.
hmm,
If you start using it the first time, it's so difficult. But if you do it for a few weeks, then you start getting hang of it and it's super good. But if like I was doing it with one laptop, Surface Laptop 2 and Surface Laptop 3, and I was doing everything at the same time from the beginning. I was doing NDI, I had Chrome with 25 tabs on, I had the Teams and Zoom and Facebook call, and my laptop started crashing. I was like, well, what is this? And OBS was dropping frames, and I was like, why is it dropping 60%, 70% of frames? Like, why? My internet connection should be all right. And it wasn't that. It was just my laptop is, not enough to. So I had to go to shop and buy a new desktop, and I fixed it up. So now there is no problem there. But there will always be new problems, and I would I actually like this. This is the early years. This is the early weeks of the thing,
yeah,
and I'm allowed to make mistakes. I think I can try things, and some of things work, some of them don't. And if we can focus on the things that work, and it's nice. If I had now 10,000 or 150,000 subscribers, I couldn't do any mistakes.
hmm, yeah, yeah. But actually, not that it doesn't work this way concerning mistakes. I have some videos on this big channel with 100,000 or more subscribers,
Yeah,
and it's okay. I fuck it up. Sorry,
yeah, it's good.
with the Renju task. I showed there a VCF task on maybe 30 or 40 fours,
Yeah,
and putting the Japanese stuff.
yeah,
I put the position and I missed two white stones.
yeah, yeah.
And and that was a fail. But they say doesn't matter. Who cares if
That's it.
somebody is interested here? We will write an errata there that there should be this and this stone. Others will watch it and have fun anyway.
They'll get the
So
concept anyways, and
relax.
it's
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
content. I saw that puzzle, and I think it's a good episode. So anybody go and look at that
Okay.
episode. And I like I like the VCF puzzles. They're a good representation. They're a bit of fun, and yeah,
Yeah.
we talked
Oh,
about those earlier on the previous episodes as well. The VCF
okay.
puzzles.
I can say that these VCF tasks are the main one of the reasons why I'm sure that I'm playing weaker than previously, because there were times when I could solve like 400 moves or 40 moves, yeah, not
Yeah.
400, 40 moves in mind with an effort, but I could do it. But it's too hard for me to solve complicated VCF tasks now. I can't bear it. I can't handle it. That's a problem. I'm too old already. Yeah.
Well, you get a bit rusty if you keep break, and I think everybody has acknowledged that on this podcast. So that if you keep break, if you don't practice, you lose some of the
Well,
skill and
I do
knowledge.
practice. That's not a problem. I'm playing at least one tournament per year. At least high league of Russian Championship. Yes, it
Yeah,
wasn't cancelled because of quarantine last year, and we have it this year. So at least one tournament a year. That's definitely. And actually, you can't get rusty when you are playing with young predators.
mm,
I don't know how to say it. I have a student. If you will comment, you will see him tomorrow. Sasha Pinsky. He's 8 years old, and he's eating everybody. Just eating.
that's like the
He,
alligator back on your wall.
yes. He's small, but he's really dangerous already. He can win. I don't know, maybe anybody. If you will not be careless, if you will think, it's a 80 years old guy,
Yeah.
you are dead already.
Wow.
That's the that's the last thing you did.
Yes.
So yes, I watched his games. Nakayama won him very confidently. It was very good game, but I hope that he will eat somebody who is more careless. Yeah, he's second dan already, and he's performing extremely well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's keep a couple minutes break if that's all right with you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then what do you think? Can we have a quick go at the puzzle of the week?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay.
Perfect.
5 minutes, and then
Five
Okay.
minutes. Uh,
5 minutes.
I have a children's beer. Children don't go and drink beer. It's 2.5, so I call it children's beer. But
Okay.
I have to make a disclaimer. I'm not advocating for children to have beer.
Okay.
You got tea?
Okay. Yes, I was thinking about just maybe some joke about I'm Russian, so it is vodka, but
Yeah, I think that goes well. I
a
was
lot of
trying
stereotypes.
I was trying to make that. I was thinking, should I make that joke earlier on? Half an hour ago when we were saying something
Yeah.
about uh, elixir of Russia. How you keep up the good shape. Oh, the older players. There was a good segue, but I decided against it.
No,
Anyways,
vodka isn't a good thing for health, so
it's not.
that's
No.
yeah.
But you know what is good for health? Kolk beer. This is a good beer, but it's not Kolk beer. So you remember Peter Kolk,
Yes, Peter Kolk, yeah.
Estonian player. He has his own brewery, and I'm trying to get a sponsorship from him. So this is
I see.
yeah, this is good beer, but it's not Kolk beer. So
I see. Cold beer now, I know.
I try to make that plugin every streaming when I do just at least one of these mild beers, and Cheers and regards to Peter. I hope, in hopes, at least at some point, Peter will hear about it and send me a couple cases of his good beer.
Okay, so that's the sponsorship you are thinking about.
I'm
Just
after
more beer.
more
Yeah,
beer.
that's the only thing.
That's the only thing why I'm streaming.
I see. That's so easy to motivate you. Okay.
Yeah, yes. Last year, he already kind of agreed sponsoring the one event, the Supermove event, Super Sirto Memorial event that we're thinking of starting to organize every year for the memory of my brother. So he said he'll put some beers for us, but none of the guests, none of the Estonian players brought it here. So I'm still waiting. But anyways, let's check. Yesterday, so today is Saturday, the 1st of May. Yesterday, I had a guest of Martin Hövemäki, and Martin presented these moves on a board. And he said, let's create a puzzle of the week, so to speak. So he gave you this puzzle, and I'm hoping that you can present a puzzle later on for
Okay.
the next guest. And he gave a little bit of nice background. I will release a Martin's episode maybe tomorrow once I have edited it, and then you can hear he gave a nice little story of background where this position came. And
Actually, I was there.
You were there. Yes.
Definitely yes. It was the final round of Team World Championship between Russia and Estonia, and Timla played it against Sushkov and somebody else. There were two games, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
In this variant, so Dima board won you against.
Yeah, 120 minutes.
So of course, I'm not sure. I wasn't playing this round, I believe. So when I saw these positions, I analyzed them. So I had an answer before the end of the round how to win here. So and I still remember them. I used this halava, this word. It's an incorrect variant where one side has a win, but it is very complicated technically.
Yeah.
So of course I remember the solution of this halava. If you would like to, I can show it. But
yeah, I think
it's more interesting if you will try to solve it yourself.
Yes. So the idea of puzzle of the week was to show a new puzzle for the next week's guest. And Martin made a super difficult one. I didn't have a week to look at it as the viewers will have. So how I'm thinking now is the timeline of releasing the YouTube videos is that tomorrow is Sunday. I'll probably release the yesterday's episode Sunday tomorrow, and today's discussion, the live stream, I will edit and a week from them. So the YouTube audience will have had one full week to look at this. I didn't have full week. I had maybe 1 hour of time to look at the board, and I think I figured it out, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let's try.
I'm not sure. So basically,
I will check you.
First five moves are like this, and then sixth move
H11. Yes,
and then here. So this is a very nice move for black.
Yes, the first trap is black may play I9. It looks okay too, but white wins after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we make a couple moves. These moves.
No.
Sorry.
E9.
Yes.
E9.
Yes. So here and here and then here. So this was the puzzle Martin presented a week ago. Yesterday, but a week ago, and this was intended to you. But if you know this, I can propose to show what I think is the correct way.
I can tell you one more story about this position.
Yes, please.
Yes, maybe I will mess some details up, but I think it's okay. So this is now he will show us, maybe if you are good enough, how to win here by black. But it's third direct. If you make the same position from second indirect, it will have a shift, and the attack which wins here doesn't win in second indirect, because there is not enough space. At least the attack I found when I was analyzing it just
quickly after the games.
Yeah, yes, right after the games, or maybe during the games if I was idle. I don't remember actually.
Yeah.
But at the same day, at least. Yeah, yes. Definitely at the same day. So I found the win for black, but this win didn't fit second indirect, and we discussed it with Sushkov. He couldn't find the win as well, and on the next personal championship, I wasn't playing there, and he was, and he played it with some Chinese player. I don't remember who exactly, and he played this variant in second indirect because we didn't find the win, and he lost because Chinese players knew this win. And funny, this win from second indirect that was played there, it fits second direct as well. So it sometimes it happens that there is one win for one shift and another win completely another for another shift. And this was how to say it, bad analyzing, actually, that we missed a good win that fits both variants.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on.
I think, if you guys are making such a big thing, I'm pretty convinced now that my win is not a win. But let's
why?
We'll try, because you guys make it sound so extensive. Martin said yesterday, well, a week ago, Martin said that it is about 10 moves from here, from 10, 20. So the longest variance that I can count was about 20 moves altogether. So 10 black moves. So maybe I have made a mistake. It's not.
If you want me to give you a
really
hard puzzle, I can give you a really hard puzzle with a win on the 100 moves. Yes, and from 15th move.
Wow. Yeah, let's use it 3 hours.
It's written on the book, actually. It's written on the book, on the Caged Tiger, on the front page.
By the way,
just front page.
It's this one. It's this one. So
I don't see you, so
no, there's a lag. There is a lag.
Yes.
And
yes, there is a lag.
I have authors note as well. You remember what you said? There's something super funny here.
But I see that there is a lot of text there. I can't read it. No, my video quality. For UC from author with best wishes and something else written also.
Yeah. Something super naughty, I'm sure. I wasn't supposed to.
UC от автора для всего. How to translate it? It is written всего зашибенного. I don't know how to translate it in English. It's slang, like everything just super good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all the viewers, send me cool stuff with your signatures on, and I will present it on my streams.
Okay.
But anyways,
come on.
Once more, I don't know if this is correct, but I had 1 hour on my board, and I first stared at the board for 30 minutes, and then I said, okay, I'm convinced this is it, and that was the first thing. So I didn't find a block. Maybe there is one. My first stone is here.
Let's try. I don't. I'm lagging. I'm just.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds lag. It's 5 second lag.
Yes.
So
No. I'm switching to play 5. I don't see you at all.
okay,
But
all
yes,
right, all right. So if,
J10. Yes, the answer is J10. Okay, then
and then I have to play. Let's see. Wait. I have to think now. I have to
okay.
think. I have to think what was because there was you had to play this one first, I think. Yes, I played now. Now you can do stuff on this line here. Then line 9. So
No, nothing. I will play J5.
you will play J5, okay?
Yeah.
And then I will play here.
And I will play D9.
And then we have D9.
D9, yeah.
All right.
D9.
D9.
Yes, and
all right. Okay.
and then yes, just let me think. Just a second.
Yes.
Just a second. Oh, no. Just a minute.
It's all good. It's all good. I can talk, once you're looking at it. So basically, I acknowledge that with this line you can make double fours, you can block it, and in my opinion, I checked those. So let's see which one was the longest one. But if I like to think of myself as a pretty good poker player, but I can't read you. I can't read if I'm correct or not. If this is the correct first couple of stones, I don't know, and I don't know whether I would bet that my solution is right.
Okay, let's go further. I think
Yep.
E12.
I12. E12. All right.
E12. Yeah.
Okay.
E8.
Yeah.
E10.
Okay.
H10.
H10. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't.
I'm closing
I
the
did.
3 finally.
I did not look at this. Oh. But no. If you close it, I can play. Oh. Okay. All right. So I didn't look at this at all. So this okay. Then we have to see if the thing
I
is.
believe it's lost.
Yeah,
I believe it's lost.
I think
K7 is a bad move.
Wow.
Yeah, surprise.
Surprise. But if I have to play from here on out, I don't know what's there. Like okay, there is a threat here. All right.
Yes,
and if you take this, then you can use this line and make another one. So this card doesn't help. Ouch. It does not help.
Does not, yeah. So I will have D8 if you will play I13. Oh, I will have H12 actually, even easier. So a lot of problems.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Welcome to hell.
Yes. Maybe actually.
This variant is a hell.
Maybe I will take another week to look at this
Okay.
board. Let's not solve it yet. Let's see if I can figure it out.
Okay, I can show you the solution, but maybe
maybe
this
not.
is more interesting.
Maybe not. Yeah, if it was if I had more time, maybe I don't know. Maybe this is too complicated for me to solve altogether. But let's not spoil it yet. I thought I had it.
What I can say that actually it means that Martin gave a task to you, and you gave a task to me how to win with white, and I managed it.
Yes.
Seemingly, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I can now say that if I can't take the F10, if I can't take the F10, and
I
this
will
is
I will have VCF as well by the 12th row.
yeah. The 12th row. I think it's not good, and I don't think there is.
C12 VCF, so 4-3. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. I think that I remember that this your K7 is wrong. That's the thing I remember.
yeah.
So the only question was how to do it exactly, and
Yes.
hope yes, I managed it luckily.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't play all those fours. I found some super nice wins for black. I don't know all the other, but I suppose
Okay.
there couldn't have been many more ways to win for white. I kind of expected it. If you guys are saying this is super complicated, I shouldn't be able to solve it by just
No. Why not?
staring at the board for 30 minutes.
Well, okay, Sushkov didn't solve it. He lost against Timely in this position. That's it's a pity. It was a decisive game, but yes, it happened.
Wow.
So
all right, let's not spoil.
Sushkov couldn't do it, but you can use stones on board.
Yeah,
but I have an advantage.
I didn't before. I thought I had it, so I did stare at the board for 30 minutes. I'm super rusty, so that doesn't tell too much. But I gave it a good go. I thought I had it. I was super proud of myself, and now all my dreams torn surrender. So, but anyways, I'll give it a go next week. And come next visitor, we can get on top of this. If you're a viewer in YouTube and you cannot solve it, don't get depressed. I couldn't solve it, and I made you didn't make fool of yourself. I made fool of myself, but I'm used to it.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm used to it already, so I don't mind making fool of myself. So thanks for the lesson. So do you have?
It wasn't a lesson. Just it wasn't a lesson. You're cheating me. No.
Yeah. Well, you
about the task. I think that let's do the following. I will send.
And Dima, my approach here is with the puzzle of the week. It wasn't actually my idea. We had the prep session with Oleg Pulatovsky, whose episode and podcast will come in June. So we already had the discussion, and he said, "Why not have puzzles?" And
that's a good idea. Why not? He's right.
And it's engaging as well, and it's engaging. If I keep a week of break, so the YouTube audience, they can have a go at it as well, and they can have a look at it with a board or maybe even Renlib, and try to solve it. And creating content that is engaging. I think it's a good way, and I think. It doesn't, like, some of the puzzles can be easy, beginners puzzles, those are fun as well. So the goal is not to create the strongest puzzles in the world. The goal is to create engaging content that could be beneficial for beginners or intermediate players or high level players.
Yeah, it's a tremendously good idea. I'm thinking that I was so stupid. I can do the same. And actually, maybe it's it should be very beneficial for my for my videos as well. They are much shorter than your videos. They are about something else. You are showing people, you are showing impressions, emotions, histories, and such. And I'm showing just positions and some approaches to them and so on. Some ideas, some basics, rules, I don't know, something like that. But why not? Yeah, I will make some tasks. It's
And
a
remember
very,
to give
very good
credit.
idea.
Remember to give credit to Oleg.
Okay. Okay, I will say something like, there is a Ukrainian player, Oleg Bulatovsky, and he was in a stream with UC Konen Finnish player. But this stream will be available maybe in several months, I don't know, on another channel, somewhere in different language.
Yes.
It's something completely
Yes.
different, but
Yes.
they are so good, they are so clever. I can read their minds. So, of course, we will do the same, but we will be the first because this podcast will appear, I don't know, sometime in June, and our tasks are here. Take it.
No, but
Okay.
I think it's a good example of like admitting, like me admitting that the format that I'm attempting now is not ready. There are exciting ideas, and I think I could bet that in 5 years there won't be many of the elements left. I think it will just reinvent. I hope that the format will reinvent itself, and there will be some exciting stuff. So I hope the episodes in 5 years won't look anything like this. I hope but maybe they are.
Why not? Why not? If the episode is good, why do you want to improve it?
I always want to improve it. I like this. The vision, the long-term vision for the streaming and teaching Gomoku and Renju and creating content. I think the long-term vision that I don't know, I don't have the know-how how to do it now. The long-term vision is something that it's much nicer and much more engaging.
I want to no. I want to explain. We are talking maybe about different things. When you have something perfect, you can't improve it already. There may be something which is good enough not to touch it. In Russian there is a adverb "лучший враг хорошего," that the best is an enemy of the good.
Right.
If you have something good and you want to make something the best out of it, then maybe you are doing something wrong. That's the idea.
Perhaps.
So if you have, I don't know, I have one video which it's not virus video, but it is much more viewed than other videos. I don't know what I do there better than in other videos, but seemingly it's just good, and I will not touch it. Maybe I will refactor something, I will improve something in other videos, I don't know, but I will not touch this one because it's already perfect.
Yes.
That's it.
So what I'm talking about is post-production, the essential, basically the basics of streaming. And I'm admitting that what I'm doing now is just entry level, and I want to make like all the categories on video, the audio, all the scenes. I can change. Now I know how to change the scenes. I can create some transitions. I have video. There is another camera. I can do some nice things. So basically, but these are entry level stuff, and I want to make engaging content, and I'm following many of the some of the channels that I find for some other topics, politics, economics, stock market, some guys who can eat a lot.
Oh.
They get like competitive eating. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I like the content. I don't care about the eating part, but how they engage their audience, how they make their videos professional, and uh, in those terms, I have a long way to go. But they didn't get there
Mhm.
instantly. But they did 10 years of constant development. They figured out what they want to do, how they want to do it. And I think like I'm not terrified on that journey. I'm actually excited on that journey, and I'm intrigued and curious on what it might actually look like. And but I
Mhm.
can't do it alone. I wouldn't do it alone. So it needs the community. It needs the feedback. It needs
Definitely, yeah.
encouragement as
Mhm.
well. I'm a human. So if people say, Jussi, your content sucks, it hurts me a little bit. But if somebody says, hey, Jussi, you're doing good shit, keep it on, uh, it means so much. It means so much, and it just that's the fuel, because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for the community. So, and if that
Yeah.
ever changes, then I shouldn't be there basically anymore. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Okay.
that's a topic of its own, and we could probably discuss all night of that topic alone. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think let's the next break. You'll show the puzzle, and we'll take that to
Yeah, yeah.
next.
I need several minutes to find it. I
Yeah,
have a storage of puzzles, and yeah, yeah, yeah.
and if you feel that not necessarily a puzzle, maybe something else as well, or that my point was earlier, there is no rules, and we're just trying things and see what
You,
works.
talking about puzzles, of course, the really impressive set of puzzles is Nakamura's book.
Yeah,
It's outstanding because most of them are very short. They are like four moves, but some of them are incredibly hard to find. They're really interesting. They have a lot of ideas beneath the winning attack. It's a
not sure if I
very
have
very very good thing.
Nakamura's book.
I'm
I have
uh,
Sakata's
no. It's
book,
a.
but
Uh, I
and
can maybe I can show it to you.
yeah.
Just a second. You showed me my book, and I will show you Nakamura's book. Oh, here it is. Yes, I have it handy because uh, I take it usually with me. I don't know how this to camera. Yeah.
Is that a thick book? I couldn't get the
Uh,
how many pages? Show it like this.
there are 100 uh, problems.
Wow.
100.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
have that
so
book,
thick.
no.
No, it's like a one puzzle on a page, not a lot. Actually, it's one puzzle, and then on the other side of the page you have solution and uh, uh, some wrong solutions with their
Mistakes.
how to say pairing. Yes, how to defend
Yeah,
if the attack is mistaken. Yeah,
right.
and it is very very good book. I'm making videos out of some from some of these tasks because I see a lot of depth in it. So but it's kind of stupid thing to give you task from Nakamura's book.
Yeah,
You
I
may
guess so.
take the whole book,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and choose what you want and try to solve all of them.
That's a good
I will.
idea as well for me to borrow, for my content creation. I have a nice little library of Renju magazines, Renju World magazine.
What
Quite a big, it's not perfect, and I don't have that book, for example. So if somebody has an extra copy, send it to my way. But anyways, I think there would be from literature quite a nice way to create content as well. And we talked before about your new book that is
yeah,
coming, and it would be really nice for me to read and talk like to
well,
myself,
I think
brainstorm.
you are higher level
No,
than
but
this
but
book.
like
It's just basics.
yeah, but I need to learn the vocabulary as well. And I think, if I can comment it in a way that, I'm trying to figure out what you try to say, so I basically
Okay.
talk to myself. Like, I read a chapter, and then if I don't understand it, then I analyze it, and then repetition.
You have a version which is not ready. Yes,
Yeah.
you have a
Yes.
version that was translated by a professional translator who doesn't know,
Renju.
who knows nothing about Renju. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm reading it, but it's very slow process.
So
Because
I'm happy
yeah.
to help. I'm happy to help, but my problem is I can read it, but I'm not a good writer. And if I try to write it at the same time, I read it, I make corrections, I make my ideas, but I can't tell you what is right. You're the author, so I
Okay.
can't really. But if I talk about it, then you can use it or not use it. But I think
Okay, but I will have to write something after you. If you see something that can be improved, I would like to improve it, and I
yes.
have to fix it because I will forget
So
everything.
this way I will get at least one viewer on those streams, and that's enough.
Oh, I think that you will get me as a viewer, definitely. I didn't see all the videos for this very moment, but I will definitely view all of them eventually. No doubt.
Yes.
Maybe several times.
So I think I'm committed helping you out with this book, and if I can create content, and I do think that I can also learn. Like, I don't think this is zero sum for me. I can learn English terminology within the game. I can refresh some of the things, and those will help my streams as well, right? Because then I
Okay.
can I
Yeah.
can I can say English words that I'm with more higher level of confidence. That I know what I'm talking about when I have actually studied it of the book. And for the viewers, your next book will be about teaching Renju. And what I've
Okay. Yeah.
read so far of the version that you are working now, the English version, it's super good. It's good stuff, and I'd be delighted to read it. And if I can make content out of
Okay.
it, it's
Okay.
good.
You want to do it right now?
No. That's gonna take a long time, and I want, and
Okay.
it's gonna
Okay.
it's gonna be.
Eventually, we will do it. Eventually.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's gonna like a separate stream, and if you're fine with it,
Uh-huh.
I'll post those on YouTube as well. But we'll talk about those later, and that's details. Tell, how
Okay.
can people buy this book?
It's free.
The
This
Cage
one.
Tiger, yeah,
Cage Tiger. Actually, it's a problem with closed borders.
yeah,
When the borders were open, I was just bringing it to
yeah,
those who need it.
yeah,
I remember Japanese players bought like 50 or 100.
yeah.
And I know Swedish Federation bought some books and so on. Estonians have some. So if you need such a book, you have to contact me. I'm not distributing it in the digital format because I have something like, I don't know, 50 kilograms of these books
Yeah.
still available, and I want to do something with these 50 kilograms.
So if I can help later on, and if our community can help, promoting this book, The Cage Tiger,
uh,
or any
the,
of
the,
your future books, I'm happy to help, man.
well, I'm changing the, how to say it, the way to
Publisher.
distribute them. No, not the publisher.
Okay.
My main idea, for a teaching book, you have a digital copy. I want to make it available for everybody and free.
Yeah.
I don't know, I will make some crowdfunding, or I will do it for my own money, but I will print some books, and I want to make it easy and available in digital format, PDF or something, so you can download it, you can print it locally at your publishing house, or at home on your printer, any way
School
you want,
printer. Yeah.
and use it. So that's the concept. I think that the book which is teaching you basics, it should be free.
Yeah, I agree.
That's no way. Maybe I don't know when I will release it. Maybe I will make something like donations. Like if you want to say thank you to the author, feel free.
Yeah.
I have Patreon for this, but I have like one patron still. Do you know what is Patreon?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Maybe
so
at some point,
maybe
Click of Stones will have something similar, but that's
yeah.
long way ahead. You know. No,
I
I
think
don't accept. I at the moment I don't accept any donations. Don't give me your
okay.
money. This is completely for free. If you want to help, click the like button.
Okay,
Click the
that's
like button. That's the donation for me now.
okay, yeah. But I am just giving the opportunity if somebody wants to help.
Yeah.
It's easy to help now. I have a Patreon because you are doing all videos by yourself, and I'm investing some money into it.
Yes.
And for this very moment, for the beginning of the way, it's definitely just dumping away the money. So
Yes.
I don't care much about it, but if I will,
it still helps, and I think having
yeah,
that
definitely.
ready, you know, it's an important step, and I can't lie that I didn't think of it. But I think for Click of Stones community and um, these streams, it's still early days. But I think at some
Okay,
point, at some point,
the same.
I'll probably introduce something like that, or start selling, selling boards, selling stones, selling books also, and maybe publishing. There are different ideas. For this end,
But
I actually have now secured, just now have secured
we
clickofstones.com and
the but
.net
the
domains. So
but the first thing we need is publicity. So now we are
yeah,
working for publicity, and me
yeah.
and you, we both.
Yeah, and many others. Not many are streaming, but there are so many people in these communities that are doing their stuff, and they might not be on YouTube, but there are many people who are doing invaluable things, and many of them
Yeah.
participate our podcasts, right? So I've had some influential, notable people so far, and the backlog is month and a half, 2 months of guests pretty much booked now. So I'm feeling super lucky. So at least the summertime should be all right. I'm running out of like the top level players,
You
but
can make a second circle
I can.
with the same persons.
Yeah, if Joe Rogan can do it, then I can do as well. So
Okay, yeah.
I'm not super worried, and as I think this is the first iteration, the first format to do the streaming, the podcast, the interview, the discussions. And I think the level of conversation we are doing now is exactly where I want to be now. I want to do this kind of content where it's not an interview, but it's a conversation, and it's stories, and it's ideas, and it's sharing of thoughts and future planning, and also looking back at those early years, because we all have a story why we are in the game, and I think I'm curious to hear those stories. But anyways, the teaching thing is potentially much bigger, and the implications to the
Yes.
game, if somebody does the teaching thing correctly, the implications, I think the potential within these games, both games, Komoku and Renju, the potential in the world is like if you look at
Huge.
how, if I ask you, in 10 years, what is the maximum number of Komoku or Renju players in the world that you could envision? What is the maximum? Like, are we talking about 5,000 players, or are we talking about
No,
50,000
no.
players, or
No.
500,000 players, or 5 million
Just
players? Like, what is the maximum? Like, I think the potential, just for like what the games are, I think the maximum market size for Gomoku and Renju in 10 years or 20 years, it can be tens of millions of players, active players.
yes. Yes. Okay.
But the
Actually, I know that in youth championship of Shanghai there were 9,000 players. So we already have like
yeah
50,000
yeah
players only in China,
yeah
and actually more.
Macau is big. Sunil is
Macau,
doing some good
yes,
stuff.
yes,
Macau.
but it's like, but I think it's Macau is slightly smaller than the China's mainland.
Yeah, it
Maybe
is.
Macau is very big. It's
Yeah,
maybe 300,000 of people, yeah, or maybe even four. But mainland of China
yeah,
is more than 1 billion.
yes,
That's the
yes,
difference.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but how if we look at a Western Renju, Europe and
Hmm.
Russia. So let's say Western is Europe and Russia, and
Oh,
we
it's
have few hundred players of Gomoku and Renju, not more than that. Well, Gomoku maybe,
I can tell you why.
yeah,
Uh, Actually, the I had a lot of thinking about it and a lot of discussions. There are some deep reasons for it. Uh, for example, the first one is that people are getting accelerated. They're faster and faster. They want to have positive. I
sorry,
don't
yeah,
know. When you play mobile game, it
yes,
is mostly immediate. When you play something on internet, it's much
yeah,
faster.
yes.
And the only way to get better in Renju is to play long games, not 1 minute game, not 2 minute games.
Zoli
Uh,
Sultan might
I
disagree
know.
with that, but yeah, yeah,
Okay, but when his students will win my students, we will discuss it.
okay,
Uh, more. We played maybe only one serious game or two, and we played in Ranger, so I had an advantage. But so I can discuss it with Zoli. That's not a problem. But I do strongly believe that uh, mm, generally the format of the long games, long mind games like chess, like Renju, like everything, it is shrinking. And the second thing is that the humanity altogether, it develops, and we have more and more things to do.
mm,
We have more and more choices,
yes,
uh, and it is not only about mind games. When 100 years ago, there were maybe, I don't know, 100 games maximum in the world. Like
yeah,
it was some card games, like, I don't know, Bridge,
mm,
Vint, I don't know the name in English, and some card games like chess, like Sansi, Sergi, Go, and so on. Kalach, I don't know. They're like 100 games, or maybe something like that, or maybe 1,000. It doesn't matter, because now we
it's
have
exponential, yeah,
yeah, huge amount of games. And because the way from the inventor to the consumer is very short,
hmm,
uh, those games which are good, they have a good future immediately. If 100 years ago in Helsinki, somebody will invent some good board game, uh, the best scenario is that somebody in Helsinki will also know it. If he is living in village, maybe the whole village will play it.
mm,
When they have time, they have to struggle for the surviving. Yes,
yeah,
they have to hunt, or doing some stuff in the field and so on. They have to survive first of all. Then they have just a few spare time, and maybe they will play this game. That's all. And now we have a lot of time comparing to the, I don't know,
mm,
100
mm,
years ago,
mm,
50 years
mm,
ago, and more. The way from the uh, author to the interesting to those who are interested in it is much smaller. Yeah. Nobody will know what village somebody living in village invented. Yeah, but now you have an internet, you can publish your rules and something like that, and those who are interested may spread it very quickly.
Yeah.
So actually
But the
there are a lot.
entry level is still super tough. So if you, I agree what you just said, but it's also like if you invented a game 100 years ago, then probably there's not a whole lot of inventors who are inventing games. So you can get people interested. Now it's
But
very
actually,
difficult because every other person online is inventing a game.
but actually, I know a lot of mind games, very interesting and deep mind games, which were invented in, I don't know, last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like Abalone, like, I don't know, Camisado, a lot of good games, and a lot of sounds of just board games, which are maybe made for fun, not for something intellectual work. Yeah, but a lot of choices. So they're pushing and shrinking all other games. In my opinion, it's a good way, actually, because in 100 years ago, you could choose between, I don't know, bread and chicken, that's all. And now you can choose between bread, butter, sausage, beer,
Yeah.
chicken, I don't know, beef, pork, blah, 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 blah. You have lots of choices, yeah? So it's this progress is for good, but it makes survival of board games for each particular game much harder, and we have to
I think
run faster
I have a couple of things.
to not to be shrinked,
Yeah.
yes, to zero,
I
but
think
to grow.
I think it I have a couple of things that I want to say in terms
Okay.
of like I agree what you just said, but it's also like how I look at board games and Gomoku and Renju in particular is um, 20 years ago when the internet started getting popular, we didn't leverage the potential of internet that well. So, for example, esports, they did. If 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you said you played esports, people would be laughing. You know, esports,
Yes.
what is that? But now people are not laughing anymore. That is a big industry, a massive
Yeah.
industry. I think why Renju and Gomoku is not a massive industry is that there isn't
uh,
initiative, there isn't a proper organization. That's like me speaking very bluntly. Like I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm just saying how I feel this, that the potential is there, and I think the potential is waiting. For Gomoku and Renju to leverage all the technology to harness the potential that is in there. And I think, at the same time, when the second point I had was that, you know, this current generation of youngsters, 15 to 25-year-olds, let's say, they want fast-paced stuff. Esports
yes.
are first-person shooters. They want action.
Yes.
But who's to say
Yes.
that in 10 years or 50 years people don't crave something more? And intellectual games, they don't go anywhere. And there is beauty in chess, there is beauty in backgammon or go game. They're not going anywhere. They have that aspect. But what is the difference between contemporary Gomoku, for example, Swap 2 Gomoku, where you can have infinite amount of variants you can play, versus chess, where there is a handful of variants you can play? And now I'm super happy to see, this is another topic I would like to ask your opinion and have a conversation of the Renju rule change, because, the Taraguchi 10 is allowing so many new playable games, and you can play interesting
Well,
variants, and I think this will in part also support the growth of the game. That's my opinion.
uh, in our section with children, we play mostly Teragushi-tan for a lot of years. I teach those who are good enough. I teach them so when it's time to play in, I don't know, in Russian championship or maybe in world championship and so on. But mainly we play Teraguchi 10, and most of the youth championships, like European Youth Championship, World Championship, Youth World Championship, all of them are by Teraguchi 10 for a while already.
Yeah.
So that's the even if RIF will not change the rule from Source 8 to Teraguchi 10, eventually all those who play Source 8 will die, and only those who like Teraguchi 10 from the childhood will remain here.
And then
so
the
they
question,
will decide to play Teraguchi 10.
I agree. And then if that's the case, then I'm treading on dangerous waters, of course. But if there are masses that want to play at one rule, then try stop it. If the development is the natural development is Teraguchi 10,
Okay.
My question,
Okay.
I think of you also as a RIF official, so I have to check.
Yes,
I have to check my words very carefully here.
No, it's okay. It's like a madness. Yes, I have different positions, different opinions
hats,
on the same matter.
Yes,
I have several different opinions as a coach, as a player, and as a RIF official, and as a Russian representative in RIF. So my opinion as a player is that I don't care. I like both Source 8 and Teraguchi 10. I don't think that Source 8 is greatly worse than Teraguchi 10. It's just a bit different, and I do believe it's not depleted yet. Himaguchi was depleted. Himaguchi was replaced because only a few variants left to play, interesting variants, and so Source 8 is undepletable in my opinion. But it doesn't matter actually, because the opinion of a player, Dmitry Epifanov, nobody cares about it, frankly.
I disagree, but
as a coach, I see that it's 10 times easier to tell the rules of Teraguchi 10 to a newcomer than any other rule, and it's I don't know how to tell it shortly. That's I don't know why it's a problem for me, but anyway, it's much easier. It's more clear. It's better overall for newcomer, no doubt. So as a RIF representative, okay, I am representing the position of RIF. We will have a general assembly. We'll discuss it. Yes. That's the opinion of my third ego. And the fourth one is Russian representative in RIF. And I can't make I can't pronounce my opinion as this opinion. So I collect opinions of Russian players, different Russian players of different levels, of different cities, and so on. And I know that there are questions, and there is a lot of people. I don't know. My English is so bad after 2 hours of streaming, but there are doubts, and quite a lot of players and members of Renju community in Russia who is afraid that Teraguchi 10 is a wrong step. So I have to represent their opinion as well.
Sure.
You see, I'm really mad. I have 4 opinions on the same topic. But personally, as a player, I think that both rules are good. As a coach, I prefer Teraguchi 10. as a Russian representative in RIF. Perhaps I have to check my writings, but I think I will vote for Sorcerer 8. I don't know. We will have General Assembly. We will see.
That's surprising. I think Russia
That's true.
was one of the early countries
You
to play
know,
Taraguchi, initial Tarannikov rule.
yes. It's very fun thing that inertia gets to the different places. First of all, the most the blocking country was Japan.
Yeah.
Was the massive thing that we couldn't push, but eventually now maybe Russia is collects this inertia because some players in a country they don't want to change the rule. They are satisfied with it, and they don't see the reason why to move.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. I was away for a long time, and I think, you know, if I'm looking back at my personal, you know, journey with Renju is I started playing 2002, then I was competitor player, then I was an organizer, then I was an RIF official in a sense that I represented Finland for 3 general assemblies, I believe 2006, 7 and 8, and Japan used veto or threaten with the veto on all of them, and I was heavily toward, like, I wanted to push Tarannikov rule then, and then Taraguchi rule, you know, because I saw the beauty in the game in that
you know.
And I got frustrated. I got so frustrated, and you know, that was one of the reasons I distanced myself, because I felt like I was so much vested, and I felt like this is pointless. And I admire yourself and other RAF people and other friends who didn't give up. I feel like I gave up. Of course, my official reason is I went in Asia. I lived in Asia for 3 years, and I lived in Ireland for 5 years. But the true reason is I was super like dissatisfied, and
I understand, but actually there's no hurry. If you make big quick steps, you may step on lava.
Maybe.
Yes, careful steps will lead you at the same way, but you can check if something is going wrong. You may turn somewhere or do something. So in my opinion, it's not a bad thing to make this transition from RIF opening rule to Yamaguchi. There's one bad thing is that it hits the image of Renju, because some players ask, what opening rule do you have now?
But if we also
did you change it for the last 3 years?
If we lose 15 years, it's like, yes, in a bigger sense, the game is 4,000 years old, or the Renju is 120 years old. So in a bigger sense, 15 years is peanuts, but it's still us as a players and organizers and representative of the game. You know, it's our life in a sense, you know, that we're talking about here.
An answer for it.
And 10, 15 years is a big time. It's a big time frame.
Yes, but look at other games like table tennis.
Yeah.
They change rules quite frequently. They change the size of the ball, the weight of the ball, some and some small stuff. They are gradually doing something better, and that's not a problem. The last change, I'm dead sure that the last change was in last, I don't know, 5 years, or maybe even less. Maybe in 2 years ago something was changed already. I doubt they changed something during quarantine, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they invented some playing via Zoom or Discord, or maybe people playing on, you know.
Yeah.
I hit here, you hit in your country. But anyway, that's not a big problem in my opinion, and the only thing we have to is to sell it properly. Yes, to show that this way, step-by-step way, is not a bit bad thing. And if you want to improve something, it's always a good thing to improve something. I'm sorry, I need a break
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm back here.
good to have you back. I was just saying, explaining myself a little bit for the viewers.
Okay.
I will cut this from YouTube anyway, so don't worry. But
If you will cut it, I will not hear it.
from the YouTube clip later on, so YouTube won't have my ramblings. But basically, I was just saying that I was super emotional with this topic, and the reasons why this was important to me was that I felt like very complicated rules such as Yamaguchi or even Soserve rule is like a unnecessary barrier for the popularity of the game. One of the barriers that is not needed when we have Taraguchi rule. And I felt, and still feel, that if Renju rule is very similar than Gomoku, then that would be better than it would be far away from Gomoku. Just simple, because most players start with Gomoku. So if even swap to Renju, I think, I don't know, I haven't played enough, so I don't really have but
I
an
don't like swap
opinion.
to Renju at all.
Yeah,
Frankly.
yeah, but it's still a conversation, and I think if Taraguchi 10 Gomoku was a thing, it would be the best thing for Renju, but I think that's pushing it, and I think Taraguchi Swap 2 Gomoku is a beautiful game on its own, so um, I just think that the easier we make for the beginners to play and learn the rules, internalize the rules, and start playing and enjoying, the less hassle. If it takes if it would take 1 minute for chess to say the rules, I would dare to say there would be double the players in the world for chess. But it takes time, and it's not limiting factor. But my point is, if it was easier, then there would be more players. And Taraguchi is super easy to explain.
Chess will never change the rules. I don't know how they live. They have a win ratio, like on a high enough level.
Yeah.
White wins like 55%, and black wins like 45. Looks mostly balanced, yes.
Okay.
Now we subtract 60% draws.
Yeah.
And what we have left, we have 25 against 15%.
Okay.
Like 5-3.
Yeah.
If you are playing for some, I don't know, you win or I win, no draws, I will kill you.
I'm gonna use that piece of video as a teaser on at the end of Martin's video.
It is 5-3 win ratio, white and black, and they don't care about it. That's a big problem for me. Actually, I think that Taraguchi is a interesting option for chess as well. For any mind game, it's a super creative thing. It's a nothing.
Yes.
I have no words to express myself.
Yes,
because really equal chess with no advantage of the player who plays first.
Yeah,
I understand why it is not so convenient, because it means a swap means that you have to turn the board with all the pieces. It takes time. It's impossible for blitz, if you have for bullet 1 minute game.
Yeah.
It's okay in internet, but it's not so easy for a real game.
Yeah.
But having 2 hours, why not to turn the board? Yeah. Why not?
The only problem with the English word swap is it can be misinterpreted. So if somebody proposes, let's do 5-swap, they might hear something else and get excited for all the wrong reasons.
Okay, my English is not good for it. I will
Yes,
Google it. Okay.
5-swap, and it's very similar to wife swap.
Wife.
So I was
Okay,
just
okay,
making a
okay,
little
okay.
bit of a
Or maybe.
little bit of fun there. So apologies for that.
Why not? It's
Yeah.
we are moving towards the future. So
So yeah. Oh, okay. I have to gather myself for attempting a very poor joke.
okay.
Yeah. I
So
haven't decided whether I'll cut that out of the YouTube.
some I have a lot of
Birds.
sunshine in my no. I don't know the word when the sun is shining in the window on the opposite building and it reflects just in my eye, and there are two beams of this kind and they are blinding me.
Right. But
You may see it on my face.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Great lighting.
Okay, so let's go forward. It's maybe not so interesting about light reflection.
I've enjoyed all the content so far.
Okay.
So generally speaking, the format at this stage, I would ask the guest to show some games. So memorable games over the years. You can use Renjunet maybe to fetch something
Easily.
or
With a story and beneath
yeah.
it,
And
I'm not sure.
this is personal,
Okay.
like this, not teaching, but maybe something
No,
that it
I see.
impacted you as a player. And
No, just a funny story. I
yes,
was. You wanted just a second. I can send you the link to the
or
game
maybe
on
you can
Renju.net.
if you're in Play 5 net. Oh, okay, Renjunet, that works. Yeah.
You can put it then.
Yes.
Just a second. It's I remember it, so it will not be. I remember the course of the game, so it should be.
It might actually be easier if you take Play 5.net.
I already found it.
Okay. Because if you show the game and you show the moves, then you can tell the story at the same time. It's easier, perhaps.
Yes. Okay. You want me to be a board operator?
Yes, please.
Just a minute. And what do I have to do there?
No.
Okay, like, I'm leaving the board.
Yeah. So I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out. I'll finish this game.
I'm sorry, guys. Everything is.
Apologies.
So, briefly, just from the beginning. So when we played it for the first time, she put 3 winning moves like G9, J9, and I8. They all are too strong for black to play it on high level. So, and the fourth one was F8. And I knew only winning plan here, so I had to invent something. I played here and lost eventually. You heard how it was. But in the real game, I played this 3, played this 8. It was underestimated for that moment. Most of players played this 8 instead. Let's do something better than first time. Yeah, another 8th move I can show. So this way, she found the best 9th, but it's necessary to close from this. It doesn't matter already because it's a bad orientation. If you play F10, then you should play this close the 3 from the side when you don't create a 3. And now it doesn't matter already. Now white play 4. It's very important 4, and then close from their side. Then she found the best 15th move. It took some time, but she found it, and I made a move in seconds, this 16th, and it should blow your mind because it's complicated, but it's extremely strong if you will get into details. There is a lot of threats, a lot of new lines, a lot of problems for black. From this moment, she tried to find, maybe not. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she tried to find the best way anyway, best defense. Maybe she didn't get the fact that I'm winning already. But my impression was that she's trying to find second best option. So she played here, 3, and this is a key move. And like after 24th move, she resigned. It's no defense here already. That's the game. The emotional moment was 16th move, I think, because it's when you see such a move played quickly, you you should think something goes wrong. Yeah.
If it's quick, then yeah.
Yes, your opponent knows this move and it's prepared move, and it may bring some troubles and suffer.
And perhaps you can
and
use
pain.
that as in a way of bluffing as well. What do you think? Like playing
Perhaps.
outside the structure
Yes.
very confidently, but trying to hide it.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just not my style, but I'm not bluffing during Ranger games mostly, because it's better to find the best move. And if you
Maybe.
found it, then it's just the best thing you can do.
Biggest bluffer that I ever encounter is Stefan Carlson. When you play Stefan, he will bluff almost every other move. He will say when he knows that is not good.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, maybe you can do everything with your face and so on, but
Yeah.
I'm not playing against opponent. I'm playing against the position, and that's, by the way, that's one thing I'm teaching children.
Yeah.
I'm telling them to play against the position, not against the player.
Interesting.
Sometimes maybe it's not the best choice,
Yeah.
but generally you should. If you will always play against position, it will be better than if you will always play against the opponent.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. I agree with that, but I also think that playing the weaknesses of your opponent, especially if you're playing 3 hours, you have 3 hours, then it's nicer to play the position. But if you're playing quick games and if you know your opponent, you know their weaknesses, why wouldn't you use that?
Now, just a minute. There is a small thing. When you are preparing to the game, you may find variants, you may find positions where your opponent's weaknesses will show up. But it's preparation before the game. When you are in game, usually it's better to choose the strongest move. Even if your opponent is playing sharply and this move is quite sharp, if you are sure that it is the best move, it's better to stick to it. That's the thing. When you are thinking before the game what to play, how to play, which kind of variant to choose,
Yeah.
which color to choose, yes, generally to provoke maybe some to make your opponent choose the color you would like to. That's okay. That's a preparation, and it should be made against an opponent. When you are preparing, it's a good idea to prepare versus exact opponent, particular opponent. But when it comes to game, when the clocks are ticking, when you have like 20 moves made, 30, 40, 50, you should do just the best moves, in my opinion. The exceptions are very rare. They are cure, but they're really rare.
Yeah.
If you have like, if you can't choose, if you have two good moves, you can't choose from them, then maybe as a minor tiebreak rule, you may think about, okay, I will choose this one because it's not so convenient for my opponent because it's positional. He's not that good in positional play. Okay, but if you have a main variant, you should stick to it. Doesn't matter if it is beneficial for your opponent or not. Not for, so you have to play against the position, yeah, not against the opponent at that moment. Maybe that's why I'm not world champion. Maybe it's a incorrect theory. Maybe champions always play against the opponent, not the position. But then
for
okay,
general rule, that is, I agree. It must be like that. But if you're preparing against an opponent, let's say a scenario that you have found some of your opponents play a mistake many times, and let's say a situation where your opponent is winning 5 games in a certain variant against good players, and they think that it's a win, and you have high confidence that you can get that game to that variant. Then if you crack it, then that's an example that you lure them in, you make the risk. You wouldn't you say that that's a good strategy, because that's basically your preparation?
No. Yes, that's what I say about before the preparation, before the game. I do it regularly. Those players who don't analyze the game just after the game, they have a big weakness. If they win a game with an incorrect move in the middle, you can provoke them to make the same position and then win easily. On the same 2013 World Championship, I won such a game against Salnikov. He played against Hibimagi, I don't remember. Perhaps he played a variant from fourth line direct with a bad 5th move. Hibimagi replied with a not the best 6th move. They played a very sharp position, and Salnikov won. And there was only one mistake that Hibimagi made, this 6th move, or maybe 8th, I don't remember exactly. But then I provoked this position from Salnikov and won easily with white. Because if you don't analyze your games, you have a weakness, big weakness. Always check your games, even if you win, even if you think that you win correctly, because your opponent made a mistake. Just check it carefully. It's always a good idea. Otherwise,
problem for me is
some Epifanov will kill you.
Yeah. The problem is to not only check those games, but then remember the outcomes years afterwards.
No. I usually do it. It's a big risk. If somebody won in, I don't know, in 2013, and you are playing him in 2016, then perhaps he played a blitz there, or he analyzed something. Everything may change. I use it mostly for the same tournament. If somebody played something bad, I remember it, and if I have to play this player, I'm checking variants and giving him a small lesson. How to play correctly here.
Sometimes similar positions you get do you get like distracted? You see some patterns, but you're not sure if they were similar or exact, and then how about situations where you remember exactly, like, this is what I'm looking like after not playing for 10 years. I can see that, okay, I remember this piece of very tricky piece of theory, but I don't remember who won and what was the outcome. Should I play it if it's a coin flip, if it's
usually I have the diametrically opposite problem. I remember who have to win, but in last years, my memory serves me worse and worse. I'm getting older,
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes it happens that I can't find the exact way to win. Sometimes it's like very funny. I had a game in 1 year ago in high league of Russian championship. I could win in like 2 moves, and I found a winning sequence in, I don't know, maybe 20 moves, and I won confidently, but I spent like 1.5 hours for a long complicated win instead of short and quick win. It happens. Yeah, but as you may see, we saw the position. I played it. I can just a second. I can check the base. Second direct, the position that was given you as a problem by Martin.
Yeah.
I was playing it in 2011 two times against Filinov and against Poltoratsky on Tournament of 10. And I scored 2 points, and I stopped to play it, of course, because it's too risky. Yeah. And still 10 years passed, but I remember not only the winning variant, but how to kill the wrong attack.
Yeah. I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled. It's gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen with this puzzle, but I thought it was. Like I thought I found it.
You have
I have another. I have another week.
You have to analyze it better.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Next
have
week
one more
is.
week.
Yeah. Well, next week is a little bit.
But it's extremely hard puzzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough said that Sushkov didn't solve it. I think that
Yeah.
Sushkov is very good in calculation, and yes, so it's not something crazy that you can't solve the puzzle that Sushkov didn't solve. It's okay.
I've got a busy schedule for next week. Got some school. Do have to do some long runs for my running preparation, and let's see when I have time. I have the night time, so I don't have to sleep. I can just stare at the board. Maybe maybe I'll see the solution on my dreams. I don't want to keep the audience waiting, for the solution. I've been mistreating my audience on these podcasts. First fucking up the second and third episode altogether, and then this one as well, even though we have a dozen messages saying, Jussi, you should display the board. So I own to my mistakes and mistakes I did. I'm just not used to anybody writing anything on the chat, so that's a bit of my mistake there. I do have the stream on my iPod as well, so I do have the stream on. I just didn't look.
It's a good idea to have it.
I just didn't look at it. So
but those who are happens, we are good. We will be better next time.
Yeah,
you will be better. I will be better. We all will be better next time.
I'll try not to do the same mistakes again. So I will probably make mistakes, but I try not to make the same.
At least not that frequently. Yeah, maybe not once in 7 episodes, but once in 10 episodes.
Yeah, and 15, and then 20, and
yes, and then maybe 21 eventually.
Maybe 21 eventually. I would be happy to not do mistakes more than every 21.
Okay.
We can add a counter, episode counter of my major fuck ups.
But okay.
It's not that serious. I'm sure they forgave me, and at least they didn't.
Yeah, definitely.
They didn't run away yet. So
I think we worked it out in a good way. So actually, most of the content is in the stream anyway. Yeah. I spelled it once more, and it was shorter, maybe, and it was not that bad. I hope.
No, it's not. I'm for the YouTube clip. I'm just gonna edit out the first thing altogether. I think, because it's just irritating to to see, but it'll be all right. I don't think anybody will notice. They probably will, but it's all right. So, any other topics on your mind?
Oh, uh, oh, any other topics? We could you wanted to discuss the perspectives of Click of Stones brand.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
one thing, and I think you might have some ideas.
I don't know. Actually, we are doing kind of same things with maybe be different approach with different languages. You have a advantage here, yeah, because you're streaming English and I'm streaming Russian. But anyway, we are making content for Renju. Actually, there's like some ecology around the community, and we like it. We have community, we have players, we have some basic things like tournaments, organizers, and stuff, but we lack information of different kinds. We lack books, we lack videos, we lack news, we lack a lot of things, and some people are started to fill in these gaps, like Tunet making Renju news,
Yeah.
like you making good podcasts, like me with teaching videos, and I hope eventually everything will be fine here. So we do need, if you want to grow up, we need a lot of things to be done.
Yeah.
So
And I don't know how good of an idea is it to start talking out in the open, but I just made a split second decision. Um, Let me brainstorm a little bit. If you're interested in this topic, I have quite a bit of preparation. I would like to start saying that from 2005 onwards, so maybe last 15 years,
mhm.
I felt like uh, the games, particularly Renju, is lacking a business approach. So I actually created a business plan 15 years ago, and I defended.
We talked about it in Helsinki. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in Helsinki, you mean 2008
Yes.
already. So I
Yes.
I created a business plan back then, and I defended it in Finland for Finnish government as a startup grant business plan, and
Mhm.
successfully. So I was able to create a company in Finland with some funding from the government, and I created Renju Company Oy. It's
Mhm.
like a legal entity. I didn't start the business yet. It was too early for me personally to start doing anything serious. But I always had like this nagging feeling that I want to start something. I don't know what, but I want to start doing it. And I felt like the potential is so massive for these games. And I just didn't know where to start. And I think this is now me showing. This is seventh episode, and I'm enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying developing this. But this is only one thing out of a dozen things that I think a company should be doing and doing correctly. And like associations are fun, they have their place. Like RIF is really important, but as we can see that RIF is not perfect, and especially the last 10 years it hasn't fulfilled some of the duties, at least to my standards, that I would have wanted the RIF to do. But I think private companies could do some pretty good,
Something better.
yeah, something better when the incentive is not to work for free but for work for financial gain as well, and it can be delayed gratification, it can I mean that you won't get rich in 2 years or 5 years or even 10 years or even 20 years. But building a brand, whether that's Click of Stones or whether that's something else, but to
Caged Tiger.
yeah. Well, we can talk about the Click of the Stones, Click of the Stones, legendary book from Nosovsky and Koshin, I believe.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I kind of stole the brand, but I have it in writing that I am entitled to use it for Renju. So that's the copyright. But I've talked with both of the authors and they're fine. And Nosovsky actually told me uh, the story in Tallinn that they borrowed that name from Japanese. So Japanese
Hmm.
had initially the class of swords, the samurai swords, and that's where they came up the Click of Stones thing. But I thought long and hard back in the day, what should I call this venture? I had Renju Company, yes. I even owned the Renju.com domain a long time ago, and
Hmm.
gave that up. But I thought like I don't want to be doing only Renju. I want to be advancing both games.
Hmm.
I think that's the only way forward to help out both communities, bring them together, and help both of the communities grow. And I just feel like I don't know how that will manifest, but I like my biggest goal, my biggest dream, would have like a big company, a big brand, and like have that service both of the communities of Komoko and Renju and offer all kinds of services and products relating to these games globally and have people work for that company seriously and build this game to the potential it has. And I feel like nobody wants to do that for free for associations. So, and I'm not claiming I'm now doing it for Click of Stones because this is just something that we are now doing. But I believe that it's great that Tunet is doing the Renju news and boys in Central Europe are doing, for example, this Play5.net. But what if there was a bigger company to run like a business aspect, an enterprise aspect, and like hunt for sponsorships from the corporate world and like really fight for making this making Renju and Gomogu great again, I
Okay.
coining a Trump phrase.
Honestly, it's kind of dream,
Yeah.
It's it sounds like you know, yesterday I drank some beer and then I laid in my bed and I had such a dream. Like we had a big enterprise, Renju and Gomoku, and a lot of staff there working for salary and a lot of sponsors. I hope that it will come true. But for this very moment, it's a big road ahead.
I think so. Uh, I think it's just a question of finding the right people, making a business plan,
It's uh, it's a
making the
question of
first,
effort.
and it's about like daring to like go for it, and you cannot achieve something like great if you only do small bits of pieces. Like it's hundred
Yes.
percent, it's 100% or nothing, and like for a long time, the only restricting reason for me not to do it was money. So I made a claim that if I had 10, initially I said if I had 10,000 euros, I would do it. Well, then I had 10,000 euros. Then I said if I only had 20,000, then I would do it. Then I had 20,000. So
I
now I have
understand. Yeah.
considerably more to invest for this. I could invest 100k, now for Renju and Gomoku development. And I would if I found the correct people. So this is my pitch for the world as well. I was thinking of maybe saying something like this in the episode 20 or 30. So now it's the episode 7, but it wasn't prepared. It wasn't like this is
Okay,
as
but yes, you
so
have to leave a trace on the earth, and
yeah.
it's a good way.
And
Yeah,
this would
definitely.
definitely be a positive trace. We all gonna be gone in
Yes.
what 50 years maximum. Well, the newer generation, they have 70 or 100 years or 150 years, but we're all gone. And like if I could leave a legacy of you know building something like this, I would love to do it. The question is will we do it? I think besides the budget, the biggest reason for me was for a long time it was just whether I wanted to be identified as a person, as a 5 in a row guy. Like that's the guy who does 5 in a row for living. And now I'm past that. I'm past that. Like I don't care anymore. And like I'm turning it around. I'm starting to be like, fuck it. I'm proud. I'm proud. I am sincerely proud of being part of these communities and like talking to super smart people. Everyone that I had as a guest so far, everybody on the backlog I look up to. I respect you guys so much, and to be able to learn and have these conversations with you today and the previous sessions, like I respect you guys so much, and I look up to. I think you guys are all so super smart, super smart. Nobody dumb can get to 6 dan in Renju or 5 dan 6 dan. Nobody dumb can get there. They have to be smart people, and somebody like yourself 8 dan, like in a range of 9 dan is the best in the world, and then have an honest conversation and reflection and a secure place. I think this is really cool. I'm enjoying this and
Yeah.
I'm learning it, and it's early days. So I'm considering myself really fortunate to be in this spot now, and I have no idea where this goes. But I think the time is right. I think it wasn't right 10 years ago, but I
We will
think
see.
I think the time is right. And if
Okay.
like if the big thing doesn't happen, if there is no enterprise company that can employ people and do like enterprise level cloud-based game servers, like the heart of the idea is to have like a game center that is like Play 5 now, but like the idea is to have one login, and with one
Mhm.
login you could do everything. So you could, with one login, you register once, not twice, not thrice, but once you register, you can play online, you can play offline, you can play live tournaments, you would have a presence in that website, you could do streaming, you could buy books online or live, you could buy all the products you can think of within these games, you could study, you could enroll courses, you could tutor others, you could do puzzles. So with one login you could do anything online with this, anything and everything online with these games of Komoku and Renju. And if I look at myself, I would want that. I would, as a consumer, I would buy. I would love to use that service as a player, and even as
Uh,
like and
okay. Sorry for disturbing. Yes, I've heard. Yes, but remember, we have to do something even more, because once more the games are shrinking. Each game is shrinking. There are some super games like chess and Go, but even those, there is some influence like Queen's
Gambit.
Gambit,
Yeah.
Queen's Opening yeah. So which boosts them for a while, but anyway, chess are shrinking as well. It's a obvious fact. At least classical chess with the big time controls, like 2 hours per game, we are moving towards quick and maybe less thinkful games, less thinkful spending of time, and so on.
Maybe it's not linear. Maybe it's
That's
not linear decrease. Maybe it fluctuates. How about this?
yes, definitely
If
it
it
is more.
fluctuates and
More
maybe
the pressure is the same on all games, and if we will be stronger than others, we will
gain market
gather some
share?
players, and yes, we will collect some players from other games which were destroyed by this
Yeah,
process. But anyway, the situation isn't so optimistic, so we have to be ready for some challenges, like people that uh, are searching for something different, not the
yeah,
same as we did in this age.
true,
Yes, that's
true.
what I see in children now.
And the thing is, my dream was 15 years ago, and it hasn't changed much. But the technology and the platforms, the like internet,
Yes, they
all the
grew.
yeah, they grow. So I don't know what are the actual potential as in the terms of services. I'm reflecting on my own passion when I was competitive player, right? So like and what kind of platforms the youngsters use nowadays, the 15-year-olds or the 20 years
We
or
are
25, they are using TikTok. We don't lev we are not leveraging TikTok now for Gomoku and Renju. Why is that? There is no financial incentive to do so. And once that's resolved, once you get money for creating interesting content for Gomoku and Renju, that would change so fast. That was just, if imagine, how popular TikTok channels are and YouTube channels. I'm not talking about 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. I'm talking about the numbers you said earlier: 150,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. I don't think it's like, I'm I'm not claiming that I myself, as a personality, I could attract 500,000 subscribers ever. I'm not even like looking at that. I don't think I'm particularly interesting as a personality myself, but I think the potential is there for somebody to do it. And I think
and
that
we are opening the way.
we are
Yes,
opening the way, we're showing the way that these tools are used. Streaming is a thing, and it wasn't a thing 15 years ago. It is a thing now, and it is very powerful thing. If like 2 years ago, if somebody told me that I would be into podcasts, I would be like, podcast, why? What is podcast? Why would I be into somebody talking and listening and learning from somebody talking? That's silly. But then 2 years ago, about year and a half ago, it changed for me. So first I started listening Joe Rogan podcast on YouTube, and I started like, those were long conversations. Like today, what we are doing. Joe Rogan is the number one podcast in the world, as in the viewers,
hmm
at least when he was in YouTube. I don't know what the numbers are when he transitioned to Spotify, but like, I think he's number one still. And like, his approach is just to have an honest conversation. He asks questions that he thinks relevant, and what he's interested in. And like, I don't think the power of that podcast is because Joe Rogan is amazing. No, no, the power of it is that the viewer, at least for me, I I I trust that he's not showing anything. He is the real person. If he asks the question, it's not because he's getting money for asking that question. He asked that question because he's curious and he wants to learn. He wants to make better for himself and for the audience. And once you trust that process and you trust that the intention for that host or that show is good, and if that combined that the content is interesting, then I think it's a revolutionary idea that I didn't think before that would exist and that would be thriving. And those numbers on Joe Rogan podcast, they're crazy numbers. So like, and when I look at these games, and that's why I'm asking my guests to show games when they come here at the end of the thing,
Mhm.
show some memorable games. I try to find interesting games, but I try to present the emotion, the story to the viewers, the story that I have had when I played some games. And I know some games if and when the time is that I can be interviewed. Maybe you can interview me sometime, I can be your guest and you can ask me tough questions, ask me anything.
Okay.
And if I'm ever asked to show some of my memorable games, I could bring in 5 games and I could use 2 hours altogether and just show like what I thought in these steps, what changed, where did I take risks, where did I
Mhm.
where did I gamble, where was I frustrated, you know and show a story, tell a story. And once people look at those games and look at those stories, maybe they get inspired. Maybe new players will start seeing, wait a second, hey, we have these game centers and there are people playing. I can go and I can play some Gomoku. I can go and I
Mhm.
can I can play some Renju. Let's try this. And I think,
Uh,
showing the forbidden moves, the beauty of Renju, it is, if I can't do it, then somebody can. And my bet is somebody will. And maybe I can as well. So I think it's start of a beautiful story. We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah, it's getting dark.
Yeah, it's been 3.5 hours, man.
Yeah, quite a lot. Okay. I think it's time to summarize something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
norm
are
I
we are in the beginning of the road. Yes.
Yeah, I've normally just cut the stream, say thanks for the viewer and just wrap it up quickly and then move on. But man, that was good. Like I'm thankful for having you
Okay.
as a guest today, and the stories, your approach to the game. Great, you are great ambassador to the game, and I'm looking forward to doing some more content with you within these games, and I'm looking for your guidance as well. So um, I think you have some super smart ideas on where to take Renchu
Well,
and Gomoku.
maybe yes. Maybe you have. I'm not sure you have a lot of good ideas as well. Okay. We will continue our work on this field. Yeah.
Listening this rambling on YouTube, and you made it to 3.5 hour
Oh,
mark.
you are Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations to you. And the only thing I'm asking for you is click the subscribe button.
Yeah, and go to my channel, subscribe it. Yes,
Yeah,
as
that's on
well.
the description. I'll add your channel as
Okay.
well on at the end of those links that happen. And I will actually I'll I'll post it a week from now, this episode. So the
Okay.
next week's episode, I will add some teasers at the end of the episode. So there will be a 1 week delay, and it's also a little bit of bonus for those who come to live streams. They can get the early access and they can get the unedited fuck ups. I'll have to edit that word off. But they'll get the raw video with all the mistakes as well. So, Mr. Epifanov, Dima, my pleasure. Thanks so much for talking to me today, and wish you all the best. And looking forward to seeing you in live this year later.
Okay, see you later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
So I'll know you
So
there.
we're live. Piss off. That's what I call.
Yes.